What's going on, guys, and welcome back for another Madden 23 Falcons franchise gameplay. For those of you that are new to the channel, man, go ahead and do me a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button. I post a lot of franchise gameplays here on the channel, and I would hate for you guys to miss out on a single episode. But for those who've been following this Falcons franchise for a while now, we are now in week number 9, and our Falcons are sitting with a record of 7-1, fresh off of a win in week number 8 up against the Mexico City Golden Eagles, where we easily walked away with the win, ended up beating them by a score of 41-7. And our quarterback Desmond Ridder ended up winning Player of the Week honors for his amazing performance. 4 passing touchdowns and almost 250 yards of total offense. That will definitely earn you that right. But before we get into our week 9 matchup, just like last week, we end up taking care of AJ Terrell with a new contract. We're going to try to take care of Chris Lindstrom, our starting right guard, with a brand new contract for him. He's definitely going to be a key part to this team for the near future. I mean, offensive line is always needed, so we're going to try to sign him to a long-term deal just like we did AJ Terrell, give him a 7-year deal, up his salary, up his bonus, and see if this is going to be enough to keep him around for the foreseeable future. I mean, he is expecting to have $14 million a year, almost 15. We're offering 18, but Chris Lindstrom still says no. He says we need to up something over there because he's not wanting to sign that offer. So it is what it is. We'll try again next time to see if we can end up signing Chris Lindstrom, but I am pretty much dedicated on getting him. Even though his interest level in coming back to the Falcons isn't high there, we're going to do our best to get him signed back onto the team. But anyways, on to our week 9 matchup up against the Houston Texans. They come into today's game with a record of 3-5, so definitely not the best season for the Texans so far. I'm not sure how long they've had Aaron Rodgers on the team, but 3-5 just doesn't seem right for a team that has Aaron Rodgers on it. So we're definitely not going to be underestimating them at all because Aaron Rodgers is the ultimate weapon. I know very much about him because I have him on my Commanders team. But the question really is going to be this Texans defense. What do they bring to the table? They're being led by the right outside linebacker, Blake Cashman, in tackles for loss. They're being led by a rookie left end in sacks. An interception leader is LaMarcus Joyner, also tied with Steve Nelson. So let's go ahead and get to the field and take on the Texans. The Atlanta Falcons are on the road here in week number 9 for a game that has trap written all over it. The Texans are 3-5, but when you look at this roster and see Aaron Rodgers as a starting quarterback, you can't help but think this game might come down to the last snap. First down and 10 from the 25-yard line is where Aaron Rodgers and the Texans will take over. He's going to start this drive off with a play-action fake. Checks this down underneath to his wide receiver, Nico Collins, fighting for that first down marker, but he's going to be stopped just a yard short. Gain of 9 there, brings up a 2nd down and 1. Handoff goes to the running back, Dameon Pierce, plows his way forward to the 36-yard line, has enough for a Texans first down. With a new set of sticks from the 36-yard line, the Texans go right back to the ground attack here with Dameon Pierce, ends up spinning his way forward for a gain of 7 yards to the 42-yard line. 2nd down is shotgun formation here for Aaron Rodgers. Drops back, has time to scan the field, looking for the out route there, ends up overthrowing his receiver, brings up a 3rd down situation, a chance for this Falcons defense to get off the field. Rodgers drops back, hit as he released that ball, but it still is a dot to Brandon Cooks on the sideline, who's finally going to be pushed out of bounds at the 28-yard line inside of Falcons territory. 1st down and 10, right back to the ground attack here with Dameon Pierce. Finds a lot of running room, gets smacked there at the 21-yard line, but another gain of 7 for the running back. 2nd down and short from the 21. Rodgers drops back to throw, setting up the screen this time to Dameon Pierce, who has blockers out in front of him. Pierce fighting for that first down marker, and he has it, but there is a flag on the field. It's going to be holding on the left tackle. Laremy Tunsil backs him up to the 31-yard line for a 2nd down and 13. Rodgers drops back to throw. Pressure coming through, but nobody able to get to him, and Aaron Rodgers ends up finding his wide receiver, Mechie, gets into the end zone. There is another flag, but this one's going to be on the Falcons for roughing the passer. The results of the play will stand, and the Houston Texans take an early 7-point lead in the first quarter. Playing up against Aaron Rodgers is going to be difficult, man. We don't want to allow him too much time to sit there in the pocket and go through his reads. So we're going to have to be on it with our defense. Our coverage is going to have to be great, and our pass rush is going to have to get there and get there quickly. 1st down and 10 here for the Atlanta Falcons, trying to answer with a touchdown drive of their own. Start things out on the ground there with Batty, goes for a gain of 2 yards. 2nd down and 8, right back to Tyler Batty, and Batty ends up making a nice move there in the hole. Ends up getting all the way up to the 39-yard line for a Falcons first down. First down and 10, handoff goes. No, it's actually going to be a quarterback keeper. Desmond Ridder keeps this one himself, hits the sideline, ends up juking out of bounds. Huge game by Desmond Ridder, keeps this one all the way to the opposite 34-yard line, has us inside of Houston, Texas territory. Right back to the ground attack here with Tyler Batty. He turns that into a gain of 9 yards before he's finally brought down at the 25-yard line. Second down and 1 here for the Atlanta Falcons, and Desmond Ridder has nothing but time to throw, but just can't find anybody open, decides to throw that ball away. It's third down and 1 now from the 25-yard line. Shotgun formation here for Desmond Ridder. Hands the ball off to his veteran running back, Cordell Patterson. Needed 1, ends up getting us 3 as he ends up getting down to the 23-yard line. First and 10, hurry-up offense here for the Atlanta Falcons. Desmond Ridder stays back in the shotgun formation, changes the play up here at the line of scrimmage because we see something in this Houston Texans defense that we like. Ridder drops back to throw, ends up checking this one down underneath to his tight end, Kyle Pitts, who ends up fighting for extra yardage, but oh my God, did he pay for it. Gained 8 yards, playing it down hard at the 15-yard line. Second down and 2, we end up finding Cordell Patterson wide open in the flats. The Houston Texans forgot about him. Hey, look, I understand that Cordell Patterson is old, but my dude is a baller. Don't disrespect him and just leave him wide open there in the flats. He will make you pay as he did right there. And now the Falcons defense is getting ready for round 2 up against Aaron Rodgers. Can we finally figure out a way to slow him down? Can we even get him on the ground? First down and 10, Rodgers drops back to throw, ends up going underneath there to Brevin Jordan. That pass is going to be complete as Brevin Jordan gets all the way up to the 31-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. Second down and 4 from the 31, handoff goes to Pierce, gets the blockers that he needed. Does he at the first down? He's going to be stopped just inches shy. Third down inches from the 35-yard line, snaps away. Rodgers drops back to throw. Oh, he ends up threading the needle there to Nico Collins. Looked like A.J. Terrell was closing in on that one, but shout out to the arm strength there of Aaron Rodgers, able to fire that ball in there for the first down. First and 10, Dameon Pierce gets the carry yet again, hits the sideline. A.J. Terrell diving for his knees, ends up missing him, and Pierce gets all the way to the 45-yard line inside of Falcons territory. First and 10 yet again. Dameon Pierce this time tries to go up the middle. He's going to be stopped after only a gain of 3 yards. Second down and 7, Rodgers drops back to throw. The pressure's coming through, hits him as he releases that one, going for Mechie, and we're able to break that pass up, but boy did I want the sack. Third down and 7 from the 42-yard line. Pause for that also. Aaron Rodgers drops back to throw, going underneath there for Brandon Cooks. That pass is going to be complete. Looked like he threw it into triple coverage there. I'm surprised not a single Falcons defender was able to make a stop on that one. Handoff goes to Dameon Pierce on first down, breaks a couple tackles, and turned what should have been a loss of 3 until only a loss of a yard on the play. Second down and 11 from the 35-yard line. Rodgers going right back to Brandon Cooks. I'm not sure what's going on with their coverage right now. Maybe it's the ball placement here of Aaron Rodgers. It's putting in an area where it's basically a blind spot for our defenders, because I swear that's another pass that he threw that should have been intercepted. Second down and 9, handoff goes to Dameon Pierce, ends up knifing his way through the defense, but gets hit. The ball's on the ground. It's going to be recovered by Grady Jarrett. This could be the turnover that the Falcons needed. A chance to take the first lead of the game. Man in motion is going to be Drake London. He turns the corner looking for some extra yardage, but apparently everybody on the right side forgot to block there. Somehow he turns that into a gain of a yard. Second down and 9, we go with Tyler Batty, but the Houston defense was ready for him, planting him down at the 18-yard line. Brings up a third down and 7. We desperately do not want to let this drive go away, wasting the turnover that our defense provided. Desmond Ridder drops back to throw, trying to go deep downfield for Justin Ross, and that pass is going to be incomplete as Justin Ross was brutally separated from the ball, and the Falcons are going to have to punt the ball right back to the Houston Texans. That offensive possession right there did not look like a team that was 7-1. It looked like a team that was 1-7. I mean, I'm going to be honest. We can't continue to have possessions like that. Whenever our defense forces turnovers, at the minimum, we got to find our way into field goal range to at least get 3 points up on the board. And now we're going to pay the price as Dameon Pierce is loose. He's all the way down inside the 20, finally brought down at the 10-yard line. 10 carries for 87 yards. Dameon Pierce is putting this Texas offense on his back. First down and 10. It's a quick throw in the flats, complete to Mechie. Gets all the way down inside the 5, pushed out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Under the 2-minute mark here in the second quarter, and Aaron Rodgers has his team in position to score. He's going to hand the ball off to the backup running back Jefferson. He puts his foot in the ground and lowers his shoulder and gets into the end zone to give the Houston Texans the lead yet again as the extra point is up and good. The Texans now have a 7-point lead yet again. And I'm not going to lie, if I'm on the Falcons defense, I got to be feeling some type of way about the offense. Like, y'all better come out now and put the points back up on the board and tie this game up because we got you the turnover to try to take the lead. First down and 10, the handoff goes to the running back Tyler Batty, who ends up lowering his shoulder for a gain of 7 yards to the 32-yard line. Second down and 3, Desmond Ridder back in the shotgun formation, looking to throw, looking for Kyle Pitts. Got hit as he released that ball, and the pressure caused the overthrow. It brings up third down and 3. The Falcons need a conversion here. Ridder looking to throw for it. It has a wide open Jalen Hyatt in the middle of the field. He's going to be brought down at the 41-yard line, approaching the 1-minute mark here in the second quarter, and the Falcons seem to be on a drive. Handoff goes to the running back Cordell Patterson, looking for something off that right side, only able to find 4 yards. We're now under 40 seconds left now in the second quarter. Desmond Ridder drops back to throw where you need a chunk play here. Ridder throwing for Jalen Hyatt. He's got him across the midfield mark, finally brought down at the 38-yard line, and the Falcons quickly call timeout there. We have 2 timeouts remaining here in the second quarter. Desmond Ridder changing the play up here at the line of scrimmage, drops back to throw. Quick throw in the flats is going to be complete to Cordell Patterson, who walks the sideline, steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line, saving our 2 timeouts with 26 seconds left on the clock. First down and 10 for Desmond Ridder, drops back to throw, looking to take a shot, going for the end zone for Jalen Hyatt, goes up high, and Hyatt has it. A touchdown, but hold up, there is a flag on the play, holding on our left tackle, Jake Matthews. That's going to bring this ball back to the 35-yard line. First down and 20. We hand the ball off to Cordell Patterson, who shows his strength. Cordell Patterson from 35 yards out takes this one into the end zone for another Falcons touchdown. Hey man, stop disrespecting Cordell Patterson. This guy is a freaking baller. I know he doesn't have his abilities anymore. I know he's 33 years old, but dude can still come out here and wreck a game if you allow it. And now the game's tied up at 14 apiece with 13 seconds left. Let's see what Aaron Rodgers is able to do. He does have 3 timeouts he's working with. First down and 10, handoff goes to the running back Pierce, and the Falcons corral him quickly, ends up stopping him for a gain of 3 yards. And I believe the Houston Texans are just going to go ahead and take this one to the halftime break. Nobody calls the timeout, and yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. So it was a decent first half for us. I mean, I wish I could have had that second drive back, because if you look at the grand scheme of things, especially right now, we get the ball coming out of the second half. We could have been up 7 points with a chance to go up plus 14 on the Houston Texans, but it is what it is. First down and 10, we start things off with a read option with Desmond Ridder, but this time the Texans are ready for him, stopping him before he's able to get anything going for a loss of a yard on the play. Second down 11, right back to Cordell Patterson, who shows his strength yet again, throwing another Texan to the ground, forced out of bounds at the 24-yard line, but yet again it's called back for a hold, this time on our left guard, Chris Lindstrom of all people. We tried to offer you a contract, my dude. You said you needed more money, you needed a better contract. Well, you know what I need from you? I need better blocking. I need you to stop holding, okay? How about that? Third down and 6, quick throw in the flats to Cordell Patterson is complete this time. No flags at all as he ends up working his way up to the 46-yard line for another Falcons first down, keeping this drive alive for us. First down and 10, handoff goes to the running back Tyler Batty, looking for a seam, who he hit the seam, but man, a nice open field tackle there, able to stop him at the 48-yard line. Second down and 4, right back to Batty, looking to pick up the remaining yards on the first down, and he does just that, fighting his way to the 43-yard line. First down for the Atlanta Falcons, right back to the ground attack here with Tyler Batty, looking for a block there from Kyle Pitts, but just never got it. Kyle Pitts just a little bit too slow, which is a shocking thing to say for a tight end who has 92 speed. Second down and 7, Desmond Ridder keeps the read option for himself yet again. Not going to lie, I tried to hand that one off to Batty, but for whatever reason, Desmond Ridder said, nah, put me in, coach. I got this one. First down and 10 for Ridder. Wide open in the middle of the field is Jalen Hyatt, who gets smacked by Terrell Edmonds. Ball's on the ground, recovered by the Houston Texans, and the Texans have possession of the ball at the 28-yard line. Oh my goodness, when it's raining, it is definitely pouring right now. These self-inflicted injuries are making it even worse, and Nico Collins is rubbing it in as he takes the top off the defense, ends up burning our best cornerback, A.J. Terrell, in one-on-one coverage. A.J. Terrell has that deep third and just cannot keep up with Nico Collins of all people. You know what? If it was Brandon Cooks, you know what? I kind of understand it. I hate it still, but I understand it more. But Nico Collins? You let Nico Collins run past you when you're in a deep third? That just makes no sense to me, man. Make it make sense. Now back in the same position that we've been in all game, playing from behind, trying to tie this game up. It's first down from the 49-yard line for Desmond Ridder as he drops back to throw, looking for something. Hit as he released that ball, and they're going to call an intentional grounding on that, aren't they? They are. Desmond Ridder tried to quickly get rid of that one because there was nobody open and everybody on that defensive line was coming free. Second down and 21 for Ridder, dropping way back this time, looking for something, and nothing nothing came open that we could see. Takes a huge loss on the play, brings up 3rd down and 39. We try to set up the screen here to Cordell Patterson, who has it with blockers out in front of him. Can we get something happening here? Cordell Patterson fighting for extra yardage, gets a nice gain of 22, but we need 17 more yards. That's going to force us to punt the ball yet again to the Houston Texans, and now they have a chance to increase their lead. This entire game, man, it's been a bit of a headache. Even when we have a chance to take the lead, our offense just completely wets the bed, and our offense is apparently only comfortable when playing from behind, and that's what we've been doing all game long. And now Brandon Cooks is getting in on the receiver party, gets a nice gain all the way down to the 48-yard line. Quick throw here on the bubble read to Nico Collins is going to be complete. This time he's brought down before he's able to do too much damage, stopped after a gain of only 4 yards on the play. 2nd down and 6, handoff goes to Dameon Pierce. He ends up fighting his way across the 1st down marker, finally brought down at the 42-yard line for another huge gain. 1st down, right back to Dameon Pierce, and he's hit hard there by Richie Grant, but again, another 1st down on the ground, keeping this drive alive. Play action fake here for Aaron Rodgers, and this time he's going to be sacked. The first sack of the day. Loses 8 yards and backs his Texans offense up to a 2nd down and 18. Rodgers drops back to throw with pressure in his face into double coverage, and that ball is going to be intercepted by Casey Hayward Jr. Jr.'s off on the return. He's across the 30. He's going to be tackled down at the 31-yard line, and this Falcons offense has a second chance to tie this game up. 1st down and 10 for Desmond Ridder, wanting to take a shot for it all, going for Jalen Hyatt, and that one sails out of bounds. No chance for Hyatt to make a play on that ball. Brings up a 2nd down and 10 from the 31-yard line. Handoff goes to Jalen Hyatt. This time, trips over the heels of his own blocker. Definitely looked like he could have picked up the 1st down, but we'll just go ahead and settle for a gain of 7 yards on the play. 3rd down and 3. Handoff goes to Tyler Batty. Needed 3 and got us 3.5, maybe 4, as he's finally brought down at the 41-yard line. Ridder drops back to throw, taking another shot deep downfield for Jalen Hyatt. Has a step, but that ball was underthrown by Desmond Ridder, intercepted by Stingley, and he's off on the return. Quickly reversing field here at the 26-yard line. Stingley's across the 30, the 35, looking for the 40. He's going to be brought down at the 38-yard line. 1st down for the Houston Texans with possession of the ball and a 7-point lead. You know that they're looking just to take this clock away. Handoff goes to Dameon Pierce, goes for a nice gain of 6 yards to the 44-yard line. 3-minute mark is approaching here in the 4th quarter. Handoff goes to Dameon Pierce, has the 1st down as he gets across the midfield mark to the opposite 49-yard line inside of Falcons territory. We need a big play here from our Falcons, and we're not going to get it there as Brandon Cooks makes the completion. Almost has the 1st down. He's going to be stopped just a yard shy. It's now 2nd down and 1 from the 39-yard line. Under center, Aaron Rodgers hands the ball off to Dameon Pierce, breaks a tackle, gets inside the 35-yard line, brought down at the 32, and the writing is on the wall here for our Atlanta Falcons, man. With 2-minute warnings approaching here, we're forced to call our second timeout there. It's 2nd down and 12. Rodgers drops back to throw. Led that one too far inside. It's going to be intercepted by A.J. Terrell, and we have a 3rd chance, man. A 3rd chance to go down the field and tie this game up. Desmond Ridder drops back to throw, ends up finding Kyle Pitts in the middle of the field wide open, makes the catch, gets all the way up to the 47-yard line. 2-minute warning hitting there, and our Falcons have 1 timeout left to work with. 1st and 10, we hand the ball off to Tyler Batty. I don't think the Texans were expecting that one. Batty goes for 15 yards to the 41-yard line. 1st down and 10, read option play. We end up handing the ball off to Batty yet again. This time they're able to stop him for a gain of nothing on the play. 2nd down and 10, and off goes to Cordell Patterson, who finds a lot of running room there off the left side as he fights his way down to the 29-yard line. 4 carries for 52 yards. We haven't called on his name a lot, but whenever we called on Cordell Patterson, he's come through huge for us. 1st down and 10, under 1 minute left. Handoff goes to Cordell yet again. Finds another huge gain as he ends up finding his way all the way down to the 13-yard line. 1st down and 10 inside the red zone for our Atlanta Falcons, looking to tie this game up here on this drive, on this play. Ridder drops back to throw, throwing for Kyle Pitts, and Kyle Pitts had that one in his hands, ends up releasing it on the hit though. 2nd down and 10 from the 13 yet again. Ridder throwing, looking for Justin Ross, and he's got him in the middle of the field. Justin Ross gets us into the end zone, and now we need this extra point field goal here from Younghoe Koo to tie this game up. Koo lines it up, it seems to be good, and it is good. Younghoe Koo has tied this game up here late in the 4th quarter, and now we just need our defense to come in clutch. This was the situation that I was scared about, man. It's Aaron Rodgers with 3 timeouts and 25 seconds left to work with, and a nice return here gets him to the 31-yard line. 1st down, shotgun formation here for Aaron Rodgers, dropping back to throw, looking, finding a wide open man in the middle of the field. Brandon Cooks with Richie Grant closing in on him. Oh my goodness, you gotta love that gunslinger ability of Aaron Rodgers. First down and 10 from the 45-yard line with 15 seconds left. Rodgers taking a shot deep for the end zone, looking for Mechie, and that ball's going to be swatted away by A.J. Terrell. But there's a flag on the play. They call pass interference, and oh my goodness, you got to be kidding me. Like, you got to be kidding me. Why? How do you call that play? How do you call that penalty? Why do you throw that? Oh my God. It makes no sense to me. And we end up losing on a last-second field goal. Oh, leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe for more Falcons franchise gameplay. You just hate when games come down to like, that was a great game set up there, man. It was a great game set up, and that flag just ruined it. Shout out to the refs for that one. Leave a like on the video if you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.
It's a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity.